Hey everybody, PSW60 back for more of Turok 2. And we saw the wreckage that happened at Ardia, so let's see how Oraisi looks. That does not look like it's fared much better. Now this tech bow would imply that we should start sniping stuff, so... apparently they saw us first. Let's see if we can take them out. Looks like there's a guy up there. Alright, let's try this again. Evidently, stepping through the portal does not necessarily reset their states. Well, at least the second arrow didn't magically phase through him. These two things along the sides are switches. We're gonna see them a bunch throughout this level. And usually there's two of them. We hit both, and it makes a bridge go either up or down. Like that one. But regardless of whether it goes up or down, at least we'll be able to cross it. Let's see if we can take out this running fool before we step too far out there. Oh, something. Not enough time to get off a clean shot. Oh, there we go. And what do we have here? A flickering texture. I'm guessing there's two meshes colliding right then and there, and the game's having some difficulty figuring out which texture to display. And there's nothing... no barrels to blow up. Maybe there's one on the other side of this wall? Not the tech arrows will blow up, at least. Now, something to note. We took out those two entrails with regular arrows, and we passed through the tech bow and got absolutely nothing. Tech arrows, or tech bow pickups, do not give you regular arrows at all. They only give you tech arrows when you pick them up. Which is a little odd considering all of the other weapons that use different types of ammo, and by all of the other weapons I mean the shotgun. It just gives you the regular ammo, and you pick up the second tier ammo separately. The tech bow gives you second tier ammo instead of regular.
Tech bow, sniper capability enabled.
It only bothers me a little bit because I like sniping with regular arrows more than I like sniping with tech arrows.
Warblade.
And this is our second upgrade. Let's just jump down to where we can show it off. And it's an upgraded version of the Talon. This is two knives strapped to a wrist gauntlet. But, since I said I would, let's see if we can find somebody to compare the Talon versus the Warblade. It seems pretty good at taking out compies pretty nicely, but they're not exactly durable to begin with. Is that a deer? It's definitely not a horse. It's got a mane. Maybe some kind of prehistoric deer? Man, Oraisi really did not fare much better than Ardia. If anything, it's in even worse shape. The formidable army that Adon had told us about pretty well seems to be decimated and stuck to the walls. With something that would have launched some sort of ballista into stone? Well. Apparently, I was wrong to judge the Talon as harshly as I did, as it only took one more swing on that raptor than it would have taken if I was just using regular arrows. Full up on pistol ammo. Ooh, there's a raptor. Let's compare the two. Now, the Warblade took 2 hits compared to the Talon's 3, but the Warblade will also hit multiple times when you swipe through something. Now, that way's definitely progress. So let's back our way into this entryway. Poor guy. Let's see what was up these ladders. No, that wasn't really worth it at all. Another raptor? Where? Oh, behind me. Where were you hiding? Another good thing to note is, like pretty much every weapon we've gotten since the pistol and regular bow, the Warblade can take off limbs. So now pretty much every weapon except for our pistol has a version of something that can remove various appendages from all of our enemies. Life is good. Sounds like there's a Raptoid back there. Yep. No. I feel bad about leaving that shotgun so lonely up here.
Shotgun.
There we go. Let's see if we can't cause some damage on these guys. Not quite what I was looking for. There we go. And yeah, it looks like we did take the upper torsos off of those other guys with the Styracosaurus's mortars. It's the same on this side, right? Yeah. Now let's jump in the teleporter. Ooh, there's our first key. Shotgun's even decently effective from longer range. I can't say if this is my favorite shotgun in any FPS, but it's definitely up there. The one in Halo was really good too. As was the one in Doom, but the one in Doom didn't have explosive shells. Although neither did Halo's, to be fair. Back that way's progress. So let's see what else awaits us. Oh, that's handy. Now, you're relatively safe walking up this pathway, considering that Raptoids won't jump down. It's a good thing we came back up. Raptoids will not jump off of the edge to get down to you. They will follow the pathway until they can walk straight across the floor at you. Which means if a Raptoid was up top there, you'd have plenty of time to line up a shot before he actually made it to you. And that was progress too. And this just loops back around to the teleporter that we came in at. So let's see what's down these ways. No, not the flare gun. There we go. Don't want to burn up all of our shotgun shells. That looks like an entrail. It is an entrail. He hasn't seen us yet. Perfect. So it looks like we can just jump down from there, and we've got another area similar to that first one, with another entrail. This guy's seen us, but considering that entrails have their guns on their left hands, he can't really do much about us. And taking those two entrails out lowered the drawbridge this time instead of us having to look for a switch. I'm guessing that the pathway that had the life forces that we saw previously just leads to the other end of that area where we could potentially snipe the other entrail from. But I don't completely trust it, so I'm gonna walk all the way back there and find out. Bye, buddy. Well, I was right, it does just lead back to the same area. And there doesn't seem to be much down in this courtyard except for 10 pistol bullets. We'll deal with that entrail in a minute. First, let's see what's up top where these two entrails were attempting to set up a sniping position at. Nothing! We could take a life force at least.
I am Turok!
And we're now at maximum lives. Drawbridge. Let's go this way first. If I back up far enough. Good, he can't hit me. It sounds like there's a couple of them walking around down there. Yep, there he is. We're going to see that quite a bit. Barrels in this area that open up holes in the walls to lead us somewhere else. Pretty much all of them lead to alternate areas. Except for this one that leads to a switch. And this looks like the way to go, but that does not look like healthy water. It doesn't look like there's a switch to lower this drawbridge. So let's hit this one and see what happens. That's not the drawbridge. Is there anything else in here that it opened? No? Did it open up a way to get up to this hole that we made? No. Oh. Maybe this is how we get up to the hole that we made. Now back at the river again. And those waves would seem to imply that it wants us to... Ah, crap. Pretty much for this specific reason, you generally don't want to try to take on compies with a ranged weapon. Try to switch to melee if you have the time, or if you can back up fast enough so that you can switch. At least we know where full health is at if we need it. Let's make sure we didn't miss anything. No, doesn't look like it. That's hardly fair. You had that grenade prepped before we got there. What were you planning on doing with it if we didn't show up? Not that you can answer me now, considering, you know, you're dead. I don't know why I'm still talking to you. There's what we need. That sounds like it lowered the drawbridge. Yeah, there it is. Right over top of this soul-filled... I guess it's still water? Man, Adon wasn't kidding when she said the River of Souls had grown toxic. There's no way I'm jumping into that. Thought I smelled an ambush. At least we got more shotgun shells out of it. And now we're dumped right on the riverbanks with something floating out there. Look, I'm trying to stare at a new gun. Thank you for being quiet. Let us, we'll see what's over here at least. And there's still someone here to interrupt us. Now we can take a look at that gun. These little wave things along the side would seem to imply that it wants us to go swimming in there with, which, no. I want that gun, but no, I'm not getting in that. And that little beeping that you heard is an ability that the entrails have that I don't think they've used yet.
Greetings, Turok. How may I assist you?
But since we're jumping into save, we'll worry about that next time. Till then, good hunting.
Game saved.